yeah, stuff like that. So it's like they're like safety rewards. So,
Okay.
Yeah, so do I think they were legitimate? Honestly, yes. I do. That's something you need to confirm with Anadarko, though, because I wasn't one of their employees, so I don't know.
Okay.
But I did think to myself, like, if they do have money issues, maybe he was possibly concealing it. But the thing, it's not even the gift cards, I think, that are, like, the main focus on this right now. For me, the main focus that I wanted to bring to your guys' attention is he always paid with those, always. And
every
then,
time you guys,
so
we talked about this prior, and let's just revisit it. You guys never really went out on a date per se, with the exception of this Saturday night on the 11th. Usually you guys spent time at your home versus going out, unless I'm mistaken on what you're saying.
You are.
Okay.
So we on most nights would hang out at my house, but we went out a few times. I have dates for everything, and
Okay.
I can give you that once
Yeah.
I'm done with this. The reason that this caught my attention was not because of the gift cards, it was the lack of the gift cards. So when we went out to dinner, he went to pay the check, and I noticed that instead of using one of the Anadarko gift cards, he had a baby blue credit card in his hand that he used to pay.
Okay.
And I just remember thinking to myself, like, why isn't he using any of those gift cards? I'm pretty sure he still has a balance on one of those, but I couldn't remember. And then I was like, maybe, because, you know, at this point, he had made it clear to me that they were, like, filing for divorce. Like, it was, like, done. So I was like, well, maybe he just doesn't really care anymore, you know? But then another part of me was like, but technically, they're still together, so why would he do that? And, like, I didn't ask, because, like, he had made it sound like by that Saturday that they were so far removed from each other that I was like, it's plausible that now he's just not, like, has nothing to cover up, you know? But then at the same time, I still feel like until your divorce is 100% completely final and you're out of that house, why would you do that?
Sure.
I mean, so again, I didn't.
So you just found it was a little bit suspicious that he used a credit card versus the gift card.
It was like he had nothing to hide,
right,
or nothing to lose. He was just like, yeah, I'm going to pay with this, right, and I don't care.
Okay. So, and that would certainly be, if it was a credit card, just thinking, would be something that maybe his wife would see at some point, and he would have to then try to explain that. So in your mind, he's like, oh, well, we're divorced, or I don't care anymore. She's going to find out that I have a girlfriend.
I don't really know what he was thinking. I mean, I can't think for that man. I mean, I can't even process half the shit he's done or the lies he's told at this point, so I don't know. I just think that was extremely peculiar because he had never done that before, and it didn't seem like a big deal to him.
All right. I get where you're going. So it kind of made you think that he didn't have anything to hide anymore.
No, not at all. And again, you know, I mean, there was other parts of our relationship where it's like he talked to me on the phone pretty freely, like all the time, you know. So for me, like, it never really seemed like on the phone like he had to hide anything at all. And that's why, you know, when he's telling me, yeah, we're getting separated, yeah, I'm sleeping in the basement, like, it didn't even like occur to me like maybe this isn't happening, because it was like he was so liberal about his communication with me, even if they were in the same house together at the same time. And so for me, I was like, all right, well, maybe she's upstairs, he's downstairs, they're separated, it doesn't really matter if he makes a phone call. And so that he was always liberal with. But when it came to like paying for things, it was always the Anadarko gift cards. And again, like, I don't know if that's because he was hiding it from her, or if that was because he happened to have these gift cards, and why not spend those as opposed to like the money in your bank account? I mean, I don't know. I just noticed that one last time that we hung out, that he paid with a credit card, and I was confused because I was pretty sure that he still had a balance remaining on like one of those Anadarko cards, but I don't know.
Got it.
I don't know.
All right. What's next?
All right. And then let me just give you a date real quick.
Sure.
For the things when we were out in public. So I think I have these right. I hope I have these right. But on
julbord, flera meter mat, roligt. Men hur ska man hinna och var ska man börja? Kanske med något nytt och lite enkelt. Som en tunn ugnssomelett fylld med kallrökt lax och färskost. Rulla ihop som en rulltårta och garnera med picklad rödlök. Nej, fåglar i julmaten är lite ohygieniskt. På Coop.se hittar du mina 28 bästa recept för en riktigt god jul.
Sunday? I think it was Sunday. I think it was Sunday the 5th. I think.
July 5th?
Yeah, that's what I meant. I'm sorry. I'm glad that you're paying attention to this. 'Cause, yeah. So I think July, I'm going to start at the beginning.
Okay.
So I went out of town for my birthday. I came home on July 3rd, which is the night of my birthday. On the 4th of July, I went over his house in the morning and helped him with his like meal plan thing. And then after that, I went to the 4th of July Rockies game with one of my friends. And then on the 5th, I think it was the 5th, I don't remember, we went to go see a movie. And we went to the movie theater that is up by that lazy dog, I think, on 144th and I-25.
What movie did you see?
That new Jurassic Park movie. I don't know what it's called.
Okay.
And I remember we got there, and the first showing was sold out, I think. I don't remember. I think either we were going to go see another movie and it was sold out, or that one was sold out. So but when we went up there to start with, it was sold out. And so we left, and we went and like walked down to these benches that were like right across from the Victoria's Secret. And I don't know what corner of the building that would be on. If you guys need me to go up there and try to figure it out.
No, I'll figure it out. That's okay.
Yeah, and we like sat in these benches on this bench under this tree and like just bullshitted until the next showing of the movie. And then we went to the second showing of the movie, and it was really late. I want to say it was like 9-something.
PM?
Yeah,
on
it was
the
late.
5th.
And I want to say, I don't even want to say it's Sunday because I feel like it was like not Sunday. I don't think it was my birthday though. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I might have all my dates mixed up. If I have all my dates mixed up, just...
That's okay. You're getting us close.
You'll find it. Okay. So then, let me go back to... no. I was looking at August. That's why the date sounded weird. It was like... It was either the 6th of July or the 7th of July.
Okay.
I was looking at the wrong one.
So Sunday the 6th? Pardon me.
No, I think, because that's what I'm saying, I didn't think it was a Sunday. So it was either Friday the 6th
Okay.
or Saturday the 7th of July. I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong calendar. So because I remember that was like our first like outing. That was like our first date, and it was the weekend right after my birthday week.
Okay.
So it had to have been, either probably the 6th or the 7th. And then we didn't go anywhere again until the next weekend. And that weekend, on Saturday the 14th, that's the day that I went to his house, we went up to Boulder, and we went to the Shelby Mustang Museum. So this was July 14th.
Okay.
Yeah. So we went up there, took a tour, and then after that, we left. And
Do you remember what time that would have been?
That we left?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Well, what time do you think you got to the museum?
Oh, God, I don't even remember.
Morning, afternoon, night?
I think it was pretty, like, decent time in the morning. I bet you we got there at, like, 11 or so, because I remember it took us probably, like, an hour and a half to walk through it. I think it's a small museum. And then after that, we were going to go to lunch in Boulder, and then we decided not to. And then we went to his house, and I dropped him off because I had picked him up to go to the museum. So I dropped him off at.
You're driving your 4Runner?
Yeah, we drove my 4Runner all the time. I told you I was only in his vehicle one time, and I think it was like so he could go get gas or something. Like everything, all of these adventures were all done in my truck.
Okay.
So then we went to his house, and we were over there for a little while, but then I was just like, I don't really want to be here, so I left, and I left him there. He didn't go with me.
At his home?
Yeah, like I left him there.
Okay.
And I left by myself. And then the weekend of...
Upplev ljusets kraft med Laserpex. Monster Rally! Fire's Fury mot Green Monster! Wow! En perfekt landning! Nästa stopp blir verkstaden.
Det här är väl en känskling.
The 21st. And this is how you'll know if my dates are lined up. I would base it off of this date and work your way backwards. But like, this weekend I went to Bandimere Speedway with him. And I went and saw, I think it was called the Mopar Mile High National. Mm-hmm. It might have been called Thunder on the Mountain. I don't know. It was the drag races, though. And it was, Saturday the 21st.
Okay.
And we were there, like, the majority of the day. I think we got there, like, early afternoon, and we were there till it ended, pretty much.
Was that late in the evening?
Yeah, those things go pretty late. Like, it gets dark.
Okay. So you drove, did you pick him up again and then drive your truck? Or your 4Runner, right? It's a 4Runner? Drive your 4Runner?
I didn't pick him up. No, I didn't pick him up again because I never went back to his house. Like, he came to my house and then we carpooled.
Okay. So he drove to your house, you guys carpooled down to the Mile High Nationals, and you stay the majority of the day. Is there anybody with you guys on any of these dates, or is it just you two?
It's just us.
Okay. Did you have meals anywhere after you left there? Did you stop at any bars or anything?
Okay, so that day, I'm glad you brought that up. Prior to going to Bandimere, we went to, what is the name of that little town? It's not Evergreen. It's like in between Lakewood and Morrison.
Morrison.
We went to Morrison. And there's a patio bar there. I do not know what it is called. It's on top of an Italian pizza place. I think it's literally called like the Morrison Grill or Morrison Patio Bar, like something real simple. And we went, it's just like a rooftop bar.
And you went before the drag races?
Yeah, we went before the drag races.
Okay.
And we hung out, there probably for a while. I think we were there for a little while. We ate there. So that's where we got
food. So you ate lunch there?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
Tacos.
Okay.
That's a really good bar, by the way. Yeah, so we did that, and then we went to Bandimere, and then I don't know what we did after Bandimere. I think we just went to my house. I'm almost positive. Like, I don't think we did anything after that, because it was pretty late.
Okay.
And then on the weekend of July 28th through the 29th, we went to the sand dunes. We went to the Great Sand Dunes National Park.
Down in Alamosa?
Yes.
July 28th, 29th. Did you guys stay anywhere?
What did you say? I'm sorry.
Where did you stay?
Oh, we camped.
Okay.
We camped. I don't remember the name of the campsite, but if you, like, just let me go through probably, like, my old phone Navo or, like, go through just the internet and try to look up campsites, I can probably come up with the name for you.
Well, let me ask you this. There was some attachments that, when I was looking at some of your phone stuff today, although very limited, there's a man with a backpack. He's got a beard. He does not look like Chris to me in your photos. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, is he like a little heavier set?
Yeah, I'd say he's a little bit bigger.
Yes, that is my friend Jim. That is the one that I was with on the Monday and Tuesday of last week.
Okay. So there is some photographs. You mentioned the museum, the car museum. I think I remember seeing a couple photos of cars, and it didn't strike me as anything then. So there may be a little bit more on your phone than what